はい、こんにちは。今日もグリードフォール、プレイしていきたいと思います。今日はですね、ちょっと身近にあるクエストを、ちょっとこなしていこうかなと思っています。それではゲーム再開したいと思います。現場はこの辺りなんかな。アイコンが出てるからこいつを。はい。
So, Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Freddy. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
すごいタトゥーだよね。この文様は何なんだろうか。
This Jones, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
尋ねる。
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a guild?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords mastered. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is seaborn. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Nords for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is...
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking? Maybe clandestine passengers?
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a
Smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use.
in the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smuggling?
あなたの使命について。はい。
A couple of heretics are planning on leaving Serene. The ambassador of Teleme has entrusted me with the job
こ
of
の選
capturing.
択肢で物語ガラッと変わるんかな。
Enough to seek my counsel in the affair.
そういうシステムなんか
Just
や。
so happens that I heard someone talking about the couple. The Cardinal's men are far from discreet. They were making quite... We, of course, refused entry. Only the Nords have access. I'm sorry, Your Excellency, but I'm certain you're potential stow. But we won't allow you to make a search to grab them. Not officially, at least.
What do you mean?
じゃあ非公式
Lads'
に。
discretion and malice are often more useful than titles and words.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
こっちからは行けないね。 こっから入ると確かあれどうだっけ、その姿に合わせなきゃいけないんじゃなかったっけこれ。姿を合わせないと敵対されるんじゃなかった？違う？ほらほら、派閥の衣装がないとダメってことだ。これ何、倒しちゃっていいの？これなんだろう、評判とかどうなんだこれ。ちょっといまいちわからんのだけど。訪ねる前に敵対しちゃってんだけど大丈夫なのかこれ。ステルスを使用してください。見つからんように行けって言われてもさ、まあもう遅いんだけど、見つかるよねこんなのすぐ。とりあえずこれでいく。水平関連が手に入ったな。これなんだろう、装備なんか合わせると能力上がるとかあんのかな。鍵拾った。なるほど、鏡には映らない感じねこれ。そこまでの鍵拾ったのはいいけどさ、別に 使いどころはないんじゃない？間違いなくこんなんがっつり評判落とすようなことしてんじゃない？ほれ、あ、ステルス攻撃ある。この間できなかったぞ、ステルス攻撃。お、レベル上がったわ。このなんかプールポワンみたいなのがなんかめちゃくちゃ手に入るんだけど、持ち物が邪魔だよな。恨んで口を軽くさせる。なんか交渉で使えんのかよ。危ない危ない危ない危ない危ない。これはなんだ、銃か。なんか魔法発動したけど、こっちはもう用事はなし。もうないよな。
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
これ絶対なんか見つかったらまずい感じだよね、これね。これも絶対そうだよね。大丈夫なんこれ。
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
これだってさ、公安のアラート音を信じさせるって使えねえもんね。主張する以外ないよね。
Can't you make an exception?
No? Sorry, sir. Move along, please. Now!
Very well, I'm going.
ん？やっぱり同じような格好をしないと。これなんか屋根っぽいのあるけど、こっから入るとか可能なんじゃないの？違う？ほれ見ろ。見つかるかや、これ倒したら。こっち見てねえんだけど、倒したら見つかるかや。やってみていい？いや、やらん方がいいか。とりあえず危険だから。てかこの中にもどうせいいんだろう。
I've seen a few escapes in my time, but I never thought I'd see someone go to all this trouble to break into a prison.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Norts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Come on now. Let me out. You promised. Please. Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen. Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
こっから回り道してくって感じか。入れたじゃん。
Damnation, we've been found. I told you that the smuggler was not worthy of our trust.
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Mateus? The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master?
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved.
With the discovery of Tir Fredi, we thought it crucial to take a look. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway...
And? What did you find?
Tir Fredi is without any doubt the land that our saint... But the text that we discovered was...
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth.
It was written in black and white. And there is...
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice...
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is...
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
続けさせる。同盟大使と話すことを提案する。逮捕はしないけども、提案してみるか。
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahib, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the illuminated forever light your path.
なかなかいい選
If I
択だっ
manage
たん
to
じゃないの？
convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
これ普通に出てったらまたなんか捕まるんかな。
Have you spoken with the ambassador? Has he accepted to give us refuge?
ダメージ食らったわ。助けを求めに行く。遠いんか。あれ、商人どこだったっけ？ああ、これだ。これちょっと売らないとね。こんなもんって。
Your Excellency, Lord de Sade. I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter. I am listening. A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Ptolemy. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye. Look.
セレマの王子の広場、なんかというかなんか燃えてるし。
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Cursed!
なんか全部あれだな。逃がしてんな、俺。本当のことを伝える。いや、本当のこと伝えちゃダメなんじゃない？前の詐欺師も逃がしたし、まあ、じゃあ嘘をつきます。
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
これでクエストは終了なのか。
How goes the conflict with the Bridge Alliance?
Your territory is, alas, we fight on every front. Without great success, these so-called savannahs.
And on Tearfredi?
To my knowledge, the Bridge have succeeded in provoking them, which leaves us greater latitude to settle peacefully.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light...
何？今なんか出てこなかった？ああ、これか。またなんか。
And so you're back, sir. Do you have our second payment with you?
Don't count on it.
ああ、50%、カリスマ 50% でいきますか。2分1。
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sade, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
Beg your pardon, sir, but you are not my master. Moreover, the attendant at the guard was quite specific, saying this affair should be handled with extreme discretion. So I seriously doubt that you'll be wanting to drag us in front of a judge. That would stir up the muck.
Whatever is he talking about, Kurt?
Your guess is as good as mine.
50% ダメだった。じゃあ脅す？
This is preposterous. Your master is a thief. I have no patience for bandits and robbers. Either you give us back what's ours, or we'll take it.
Your idea of diplomacy isn't all that different from my own.
To the devil with ya.
Since you leave us no choice.
The merchant's clerk isn't hearing your arguments. The only thing left is a show of strength. Sorry, Greenwood. If I'd have known, I wouldn't have gotten you mixed up in this.
「戦利品とか」この倉庫のあたりってよく来るな。来たじゃん。いや、何、裏側から
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, the itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much... Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps...
I need to be going. Farewell.
拾う、なんか日記。
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for life.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy. You'd think my story...
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom. Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talk. And then when we left, him and I, well, those brutes were there, waiting.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even the captain. No, not telling him that.
Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd. I seem to recall that regular being there. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time. Now and again he comes out. When...
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
結構行ったり来たりだな。
tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut, a young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. I would have noticed. That does...
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He wouldn't... Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
No. Have no fear about that. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago. A young cabin boy.
Yes, that does ring a bell.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous. As if he... And he must have been right to be nervous.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in. With a band, the kind of man you can round up for a few calls. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was...
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breathe, and I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover?
No, sir. You are in luck. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please. Might I help you, sir?
そこに置いとく?
I need to be going. Farewell.
どういうこと?
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here. But perhaps I...
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your...
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem he has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I...
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that you... and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force.
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these...
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. my husband, a gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and...
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look...
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must... Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
深い話になってる。ドラマが結構あるな。すごいな。物語が。内容すごい面白いかもしれない。ただ、まあ、どこに行って何をするかっていうのがまあ丸分かりすぎてあれなんだな。なんだそのルートをたどってるだけだからな。まあ、これがとは言っても分かりづらくても面白くないんだよな。難しすぎてもあれだし、簡単すぎてもあれだし、ただね、やっぱりちょっとルートがある以上どこで何しようか。それにこのルート外れたりするとクエストが完全に完了しないような手順になりそうな気がする。後から行くとか多分これ無理なんだろうな。
Sir,
are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the top. I'm still without news of my cabin boy.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her...
Taken? Her son is sea gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by... In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since... And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only...
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Oh, how I would like my father to be implicated in this sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here. Let's go talk to him.
Your Highness, I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning.
Come now, Sir de Corsilio. My father may have been angry, outraged. I am sad to have caused you any worry. Would you believe that I was rotting away, though still seeing double from last night's drink? I was preparing an ingenious... Ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the...
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsilio. It is the salt of life.
I fear that so. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the North.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer...
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, Desade. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also, from time to time, the congregation has passed such a call.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some...
No. That pact ended a long time ago. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it after. What counts most is that you bring the boy back. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation...
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
で、捕らえられてるところに行く。完全に、あれ？これ敵じゃないんだ。服装が大丈夫ってことか？おい、待て待て待て。
Stop! I beg of you. He seems to have grown wiser all of a sudden.
Yes, yes. Don't hit me anymore.
Very well. I'm counting on you to deliver this merchandise as quickly as possible.
Yes, good sir. I'll take care of it immediately.
あれ？お？評判落ちたじゃん。そういうもんなんかね、これ。だって服装どうするとかなんかさ、ちょっとわからんよ。あれ？
It's not possible just now.
いや、いいのか？大丈夫か？壁爆破しないと。これか、レベル1の科学とエレメンタルダメージ。これでその奥にあるやつ取らんといけんのだけど、じゃあこれ外出たらまた戦闘か、おい。違うな。こいつら絶対あれだよね。違うのか。襲われるかと思ったわ。じゃあ売っちゃっていいね。
Did you get what you came for? Leave me now, please.
あれ？これ違うのか。 さっき行った場所だな。
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
With respect, my lady.
ん？まだここに来る必要ないじゃん。え？あれ？ここじゃないの？どういうこと？探索？違うな。
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
なんか結構行ったり来たりがすごいな。
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
A handful of underlings don't scare us away. Right, cousin?
Let's just try to remain discreet.
So Desade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Oh?
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
解き伏せる。50% しかねえもんな。ワンチャン。
You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
失敗してんじゃん、また。
I will not leave here without your son. You will deliver him to me willingly or forced.
I will not be letting that happen. To me, my guards! You will not take my son from me!
To my help! And death to the
戦ってるね。
Let's see what you're capable of. Come on. Let's see what you're capable of.
Things are about to get done.
よくわからん状態だよ。結構戦闘がむずいな。間違えて撃っちゃったわ。
So it's here that our man keeps his son. Abusive fathers.
レベル1の科学とかさ、
Who are you?
My name is the Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to...
Were you able to convince my...
I'm extremely sorry to have to tell you this, Jonas. He preferred to fight to the death rather than allow you to leave. He left...
How tragic. And the woman, my mother, she...
You don't seem to be all that close to your...
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. They find me, capture me, and lock my family as the Knots. I am sorry for my parents.
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother.
いつになったら覚えられんだこれ。レベル1の段階とかさ、お、コインガードもこれもなんか始まっちゃってるな。
Captain, you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to...
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't...
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be... But the Port Authority formalities for shipping taken it, and we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest...
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise?
I would never ask you to do such a thing.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution. But this cargo must reach the Isle.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience.
Anything?
まあとりあえずこれだけ売っとこう。
So,
are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide. My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves...
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do.
説得できれば、
I didn't think you'd go to so
50% 通せればよかったってことか。
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship.
Impossible. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, so unless you're asking me to turn...
I wouldn't go that far. We're only...
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship...
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some...
Listen here. I haven't forgotten what you did for Artemis. I would gladly do you the favor, but my quartermaster is more stubborn. He's convinced that thugs want to use our vessel, and because of that, he's placed guards to watch them. All that I can do for you is to write your crates into the ship. If you manage to get them into the warehouse, they'll find them. And with the manifest, the crazy Gustavo won't see nothing. Please try and avoid roughing up those brave guards.
Be back soon, Captain.
うん。だってカリスマとかあれなければもう一発目の交渉するはバッテンになるよな。50% 通さないとさ。まあいいか。じゃあ次のまあクエストはこいつだけれども、今日はちょっとこの辺りで、配信を終わろうかなと思います。次の続きは、このクエストからで、いよいよ船に乗ればちょっと大々的な冒険が始まるのかな。はい、じゃあそれを楽しみにして今日はここまでで。